It's a beautiful November for the World NASCAR Champions. We head over east to the Boston, Massachusetts 500. Let's take a look at your top 7 in points after San Diego. Kyle Busch, with his second win, will be starting in 5th. And second in points is Ryan Blaney, who will roll off 11th, and Kyle Larson in 9th. But outside of the top 3, it's Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Carl Edwards, and Clint Bowyer. Remember, the top 3 battle out at Los Angeles, and 2 races remain before the final 3 is determined. Now let's get ready for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the engines are all fired up, let's take a look at H. Miller's Motorsports starting grid. In row 1 is MTJ, followed by Kevin Harvick. In row 2 it's Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott. In row 3 it's Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards. In row 4 it's Clint Bowyer and Eric Almirola. In row 5 it's Kyle Larson and Danny Hamlin. In row 6 is Ryan Blaney and Eric Jones. In row 7 is Jimmy Johnson and Daniel Suarez. In row 8 it's Brad Keselowski and AJ Allmendinger. In row 9 it's Matthew DeFonte and Joey Logano. In row 10 is Darrell Wallace Jr. and Austin Dillon. In row 11 it's Ryan Newman and William Byron. In row 12 it's Alex Bowman and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. In row 13 is Paul Menard and Chris Buescher. And starting last is Jamie McMurray. And that's your HML Motorsports starting grid. Now let's get ready for the green flag. As the pace car pulls off, Martin Truex Jr. and Kevin Harvick leads the field to the green flag at Boston. Martin Truex Jr. clears Kevin Harvick as Martin Truex Jr. has the advantage entering 3 and 4. Martin Truex Jr. leads the first lap, followed by Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch. Now 4th is Chase Elliott, but up front it is still Martin Truex Jr. So Martin Truex Jr. will not have a ride after Phase 3 of the World NASCAR Champions. We don't know where he's going after Furniture Row is shutting down and closing its doors. Now, if you take a look at the performance with Furniture Row, it's just an improvement every race. If you take a look at Season 1, he had improvement and speed in Season 1. In Volume 2, he had the most wins, with 2 wins at Downtown Irvine and also in Denver. But, however, Martin Truex Jr. does not have a win yet in Phase 3 of the World NASCAR Champions. He hopes to change that today and get a win and maybe a championship if he could be consistent if he wins at Boston. So far, Martin Truex Jr. has led all 5 laps, but we're in the 6th lap, and you can see there's a battle for 11th between Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney. Those are your top 7 in points, but however, they're not improvement. They're outside of the top 10, and remember, points are doubled. Now we have the battle for a lead. It is Kevin Harvick in the 4 and Martin Truex Jr. in the 78. Give the advantage to the Kevin Harvick in the Busch Beer Ford. Kevin Harvick will lead the 7th lap as Martin Truex Jr. falls to 2nd. Now lap traffic is going to play a key factor. Kevin Harvick will pass Paul Menard, the lap car, as we have a 3-wide battle. Never mind, Martin Truex Jr. is going to drop to 3rd as Chase Elliott secures 2nd. Now we're heading into another lap car, which is Chris Buescher, as Chase Elliott is gaining. Where did Chase Elliott come from? Now he's going to try to pass Kevin Harvick, as Kevin Harvick is struggling to pass Chris Buescher, as Chase Elliott takes the advantage, and he will secure the lead on lap 10 as Kyle Busch takes 3rd from Martin Truex Jr. As Martin Truex Jr. is struggling, as Kyle Busch is coming in a heartbeat, he clears Kevin Harvick for 2nd. Now the shades of the Dover race back in 2017 as Kyle Busch is gaining, but up front it is still Chase Elliott with 2 laps remaining as Kyle Busch led that lap. He led lap 12. It's not over yet. Lap traffic plays a key factor in the track as entering 3 and 4 with 1 lap to go. Could Kyle Busch pull it off? But Chase Elliott is there. He's found an opening. Chase Elliott, they're both side by side. It's Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. Down to 3 and 4, Chase Elliott has the advantage and the run. Chase Elliott will win at Boston. Chase Elliott grabs his 2nd career World NASCAR Champions win. Let's take a look at a replay. As here's the lap with 2 laps remaining as Kyle Busch secures the lead, but he couldn't pass Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as Chase Elliott took the advantage and takes the lead away from Kyle Busch. Now, the last two corners, Kyle Busch did not find the speed, and Chase Elliott grabs his second career World NASCAR Champions win. So congratulations, Chase Elliott. He gets to burn it down at Boston. So Chase Elliott grabs his second win in Phase 3 of the World NASCAR Champions, and he moved up second in the point standings. Now let's take a look at your finishing results presented by Goodyear. Here's your top 5. Chase Elliott, last week's winner at San Diego, which is Kyle Busch. Third is Kevin Harvick, and fourth is Martin Truex Jr., and fifth is Kyle Larson. Now here's your other finishing results that are outside of the top 20. Now let's take a look at your point standings after Boston. Kyle Busch still has that point lead, but Chase Elliott, who grabbed his second win of Phase 3 of the World NASCAR Champions, moved up second in the point standings with a 14 gap over Kyle Busch. Now there's a 10-point gap over Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney. Remember, there's one race left before the final 3 is determined at Los Angeles. Now here's your other drivers that are outside of the top 20 and are mathematically eliminated. Now let's take a look at your finishing results highlight. Kyle Busch, he finished runner-up, and he's currently first in points with a 14 gap over Chase Elliott. Now what about Kyle Larson? He finished 5th. He's 10 points above the cut line. Could Kyle Larson make it into the final 3 and defend his World NASCAR Championship at Los Angeles? So once again, congratulations to Chase Elliott. He grabs his second win in Phase 3 of the World NASCAR Champions, and he's currently second in the point standings. This is World NASCAR Champions, and we'll see you next race.